The revelation that Peter Blake died in the hospital with assistance from Dr. Rolfe immediately raises suspicion, because in Salem, death is rarely permanent, especially when Rolfe is involved. Rolfe's long history of reviving the supposedly dead makes it clear that Peter's death could easily be part of a larger scheme rather than an ending. What truly shifts this storyline into dangerous territory, however, is the implication that Peter had a secret accomplice from Alemania, a place deeply tied to long-standing DiMera enemies. When you look at motive, history, and opportunity, Vivian Alemagne quickly rises to the top of the suspect list. At the time this plot was unfolding, Vivian was living in Alemania, placing her in the perfect position to operate behind the scenes. She was not alone there either. Megan Hathaway had been hiding out in the same region, Gwen Rizek spent time there, and Dmitri von Luskner was imprisoned there after being betrayed by both Gwen and E.J. DiMera. Alemania has essentially become a refuge for discarded DiMera rivals, making it the ideal breeding ground for a revenge alliance. While several people from that world could theoretically want the DiMeras taken down, circumstances have gradually narrowed the field. Megan has been occupied with her own agendas, Dmitri was locked away, and Gwen has since returned to Salem. Vivian, meanwhile, claims Stefan DiMera is dead, which conveniently removes the one person who could contradict her story. That leaves Vivian standing alone, unaccounted for, and free to maneuver. Peter Blake's history also aligns disturbingly well with Vivian's long-standing grievances. Years ago, Peter fled Salem after attacking Dr. Rolfe and later succumbed to jungle fever without access to the cure, leading everyone to believe he had died. That disappearance mirrors many fake death plots Vivian herself has orchestrated over the years. Peter's resentment toward the DiMera family never faded. He was never fully accepted, and his sibling rivalry only intensified his obsession with claiming what he believed was rightfully his. His desire to take over the DiMera legacy and eliminate his siblings, sparring Kristen until even she eventually turned on him, shows a man driven by entitlement and bitterness, emotions Vivian understands all too well. Vivian's hatred for E.J. DiMera in particular gives this theory real weight. E.J. repeatedly marginalized her sons, making it clear he never wanted Jake or Stefan treated as true DiMeras. Worse still, E.J.'s affair with Gabby Hernandez deeply hurt Stefan, something Vivian has never forgiven. While Vivian failed to seize control of Titan Industries, DiMera Enterprises remains the ultimate prize, and aligning with Peter Blake would have given her a willing partner with the same target. Peter wanted power, legitimacy, and revenge. Vivian wanted justice, at least by her own twisted definition, for the disrespect shown to her children. Dr. Rolfe serves as the final piece of this puzzle. Vivian has relied on Rolfe before, and she knows he is loyal to science, ambition, and chaos rather than morality. If anyone could help fake Peter's death, manipulate medical outcomes, or resurrect him at the right moment, it's Rolfe. Vivian trusting Rolfe enough to pull off such a long con is entirely believable, especially if the endgame is reclaiming DiMera power. This raises the unsettling possibility that Vivian has been lying about Stefan's fate all along, using his supposed death as cover while she quietly aligns herself with Peter Blake. If Peter is not truly gone, his death could be a strategic pause, allowing him to re-emerge when the DiMeras are most vulnerable. Vivian resurfacing in Salem to reveal herself as Peter's accomplice would not just shock the family, it would ignite a full-scale war for control of DiMera Enterprises. In the end, this storyline fits perfectly with Vivian Alemagne's legacy. She doesn't strike quickly, she schemes patiently. If she is indeed Peter's secret accomplice, her return wouldn't be about survival. It would be about domination, revenge, and finally forcing the DiMeras to pay for every slight against her and her sons.